All right, let's see. Just let everyone go ahead and trickle in. Okay, so it looks like we'll need to go ahead and admit everyone. Awesome. So we'll kind of just let people trickle in, which is great. Give people a couple seconds. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Let's see. All right, nice. Okie dokie. And we'll go ahead and take it away, get things started. And of course, I'm sure people will continue to join us. But we do want to say a really big thank you to everyone for joining us today. A big welcome. And we're excited to present to you guys Achieving Procurement Excellence through Data Integration with Focal Point. So my name's Maya. I'll be moderating today, and we're really excited to be sharing how data integration can help to transform your procurement processes and how us here at Focal Point can help you. Before we get into anything, I do want to introduce you to your two lovely speakers today. We have Matthew. He's an industry expert, and he has been in and around procurement technology for over 20 years. Before that, Matthew was responsible for sales and supply chain at a large paper company in Europe. And of course, we also have Steve with us. Steve also has an extensive procurement background with many years' experience as both a practitioner and in technology for procurement. So super, super excited to have them both with us here today. Before we do get into everything, I'll give you a brief overview. First, we're going to talk about what the top priorities of today's procurement teams are. Two, a little bit about what we're hearing from procurement teams out in the field. Three, a bit about APIs and why they're crucial for making your data work for you and your teams. And then, of course, for a little bit about a Focal Point, how we can help you. So Matthew, let's go ahead and get started. We'll go to topic one, which is what are the top priorities of today's procurement teams?
Cool, thanks, Maya. Yeah, and hi everybody. Thanks for your time today. Yeah, let me jump right in and talk about what's top of mind for procurement professionals these days. There's a lot going on out there. If you look at the slide, the next slide, you will see there are a number of top topics. I'm going to pause a little bit, let you consume that a little bit, but also make that screenshot if you want to as well. So what you're going to see on there is, according to recent research, as people say, from various places like McKinsey, KPMG, the Hackett Group, there are big focuses on specifically cost reduction, although the focus is shifting towards value creation more. Then you're going to see things like around managing risks. Add into that the resilience, and particularly for supply chain resilience, price volatility, geopolitical risks. And then moving on to, improving collaboration. So improving collaboration, we're really talking about external and external suppliers, and how you can, the procurement team can work with other functions, be it legal, who we deal with every day in procurement, but also manufacturing, finance, supply chain, marketing, dare I say, various other things like that.
Yeah, Matt, I actually really agree with that. And it's interesting to see how the priorities are ever evolving with the needs of the market. Cost reduction has always been a key focus, but now we're seeing a lot more emphasis on strategic supplier relationships, risk management, and especially in the current global landscape. I would also point out in a couple of different areas, which is a strong push towards better data visibility and using advanced analytics. Here, I would point out that this is people are adopting AI and in particular machine learning to really enhance decision making.
That's right, Steve. One of us had to say AI, right?
Yeah.
As you said, the need for better data visibility is becoming more and more critical. And there's more data out there every day. Data is just increasing so significantly, nobody can keep up with it. Procurement teams want to leverage that data to drive insights and make informed decisions. And these advanced analytics come into play more and more, helping organizations predict trends, optimize their procurement strategies, etc. And AI is a critical way to handle lots more data. You know, that all of us are producing every day. We're getting all this extra data, but we must not ignore the human intelligence aspect as well. So how can we leverage human intelligence in a better way, considering we've got all this data? So how can we enable them? AI can summarize the data, it can make predictions, and our philosophy, at least within Focal Point, is really to automate everything that's time intensive or that people get wrong often as well.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Absolutely.
So-
Thank you both. Sorry. So we'll go ahead and jump on to the next topic. That question is, what are you hearing from procurement teams and their leaders about their data?
Yeah, that's interesting. So a lot of this is going to be kind of similar to some extent, but a Focal Point, what we've been paying close attention to is, what's the market saying and what are we hearing? And we're hearing pretty much the same things that, as I said, McKinsey and KPMG and various people are finding. Companies are looking to streamline their procurement processes, stay compliant as well, and just make better decisions. And all of that can be done with data integration and understanding the data more. As you can see on the slide, hopefully you can see the slide, these topics are really mirroring that we've been talking about previously. But one thing that comes really loud and clear is how disparate and unrelated solutions are used within procurement, often creating a really complex architecture.
And you know what, Matt? I would agree. Wouldn't you agree that one of the biggest challenges for these companies and what they're facing in integration of these systems and data sources is to fill the need for a more homogeneous and collaborative working environment?
Absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Integration's often the missing link. Many companies have the right data. In fact, probably all companies have the right data, but it's siloed across different systems, making it difficult to get to a comprehensive view. That hampers your visibility and it adds significant complexity. I heard an example the other day, which is not that extreme, to be honest, but it does illustrate the point. A large company who I've been working with for many, many years, probably 10 years at least, they use SAP as the back end and for some of their accounts payable, and they use SAP MRP as well to identify some of that spend. But they also have Ariba, which, although it's SAP, is not that well integrated with their SAP solution, especially since they've gone S4. And they also have Coupa for some things, Zycus for some sourcing, and two different contract management systems, Conga and one other. I forget what it was actually. And then P cards they have as well. And one of the problem is what tool to use and when and by whom. But the integration of those tools, and more importantly, the visibility of the process is lacking. They're leaving money on the table and attracting risk by not having a fully auditable trail for compliance and not managing all of their spend. And that's where Focal Point really shines, by providing that seamless integration and a unified view of procurement data.
Yeah, one thing I've been speaking to companies about is the lack of communication between internal teams associated with the project. I was actually speaking with a company the other day in the Fortune 500, and they've already done a handful of work to attempt to increase visibility with those internal teams. However, the problem was having a record of internal conversations sent via email, Slack, Teams, etc., that would be available for those folks who touch procurement. And this was leading to confusion on timelines, milestones, current project status, and causing a whole lot more questions, emails, and phone calls, creating that kind of disparate communication. And Focal Point has the ability to API integrate and pull all that information in, give the visibility to all the folks who touch procurement and what's going on with the project.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I just really want to jump quickly back in on one of those topics as well. Down in the bottom middle there, you'll see there's a bullet, or whatever you want to call it, of risk. So risk management is so important now. With complex supply chains and, as I said before, the geopolitical pressures, companies like McKinsey and the Hackett Group, they're focusing on this area and clearly saying that advanced analytics and scenario planning are critical for identifying and mitigating these risks effectively. So I think risk we really need to double down on and make sure you have that auditable trail as you go through, and bring whatever you can from the AI to help you to mitigate those risks as you go.
I've been hearing a lot of the same thing from the potential customers and folks that I've been speaking with as well.
Awesome. Thank you both. That was amazing. So let's move to topic 3, which is all about APIs. So Steve, why don't you tell us something about APIs and why they are so crucial to making your data work for you?
Thanks, Maya. Yeah, let's talk about APIs, the application programming interfaces, and why they're such a game changer for procurement. APIs allow different software systems to speak to each other, making that real-time data exchange possible. The connectivity is key to building a cohesive procurement ecosystem. Basically, APIs are the pipes that move the right data around to the right place.
Exactly. Yeah, APIs are essential for enabling the flow of data between systems, and this is awesome. If you were as old as I am and you've been around for as long, actually moving data between systems, it's not trivial. And to get to a point where you can actually do this in a relatively straightforward manner, and bring data into one or more systems. This means that procurement teams and others can access up-to-date information and collaborate more effectively internally and with suppliers and streamline their processes.
And it's not just about connecting systems, but also about connecting people and enhancing functionality. These APIs enable procurement platforms to integrate with so many different tools and applications. And it gives you it provides a more flexible and scalable solution overall.
That's right. Yeah, the flexibility allows organizations to adapt quickly as well. And change is the only constant, right? Implementing the new tools without disrupting their existing processes or architecture is really important. And actually enhancing the ROI for the existing solutions as well. So people have paid a lot of money for existing solutions. And if you have a Cooper, a Reba, a Vruzy, or a Zycus in place, or others, you can get more spend into it by enabling users with the right data and making their lives just that bit easier, and probably more enjoyable as well. Which, let's not underestimate that. If you're managing a team and you've got the happy people working for you, it's so much easier, because they're not hunting for their data, they're acting on data. They've got the data already and they can make decisions and actually make informed decisions.
Right, and most modern software solutions have APIs. They're already pre-built, and most are open. So if it has a focal point connect to it, and it's truly powerful when you can bring all of your data from, for example, SAP, Oracle, Coupa, all into one place. Additional systems like Supplier.io, Dun & Bradstreet, all of those systems that you use on a daily basis, kind of creating that cockpit view of those systems and that data. And the inherent security and standardization of APIs helps to ensure the data integrity. And that's extremely important. And ensure, each team can read what the other system has to say. So it's very important, especially with the data integrity.
Yeah, and having worked for 2 of the 3 big companies you just mentioned with SAP and Coupa, I know that these systems often work in silos, which means data gets fragmented as well, and inefficiencies just creep in. I was just talking to a company, and they have problems with data. They've got supplier data in 3 or 4 different systems, and to make sure that that data is accurate in every system, it's really difficult. So without good integration, procurement teams they're often left struggling to keep everything running smoothly.
That's a great point, Matt. Most of these legacy systems aren't designed to handle that complex and really dynamic nature of the modern procurement and modern procurement need and team. They lack the agility really to respond to the market changes and new business requirements that are really coming at us very quickly on a day-to-day basis. We're seeing new requirements, new needs, and the market is developing at such a rapid pace.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just changing from day to day at the moment. As a result, today's procurement teams, they just spend a lot of time on manual processes. Excel is the best friend of many procurement people out there in the world, and doing data reconciliation in Excel, which it just hampers their ability to focus on strategic activities. And that causes security and human error risks as well. So fixing the data for the procurement team not only enables a faster and more accurate approach in procurement, but it also adds the ability to have real-time information. Extract into Excel and then manipulating data, it can take days. And the more data you get, it could probably take weeks. And by the time the data is out of date, and especially everything in today's post-COVID world, it just takes too long to fix those problems that you have today. You need to fix them today. And to do that, you have to have the right data at the right time. What do you think, Steve?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, I guess one of us had to say, post COVID at some point. The dark days, as I refer to them.
Sorry.
And,
Sorry, I had to bring it in.
it's okay. We're just hoping to stay post COVID forever. That's all my only ask, right? And this is where the need for that robust integrated platform like Focal Point becomes really evident. It addresses these limitations by providing a modern, very agile solution that integrates cohesively, seamlessly with all those existing systems. And I find that more and more that becoming a priority for most folks out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. That was really, really great. I learned something too. And of course, for our topic 4, we want to talk to you a little bit more about Focal Point. And Matthew, why don't you go ahead and take that away for us?
Yeah, of course. We have to talk at least a little bit about Focal Point, right? So let's just jump right in. And we've brought it up a couple of times, but Focal Point addresses these points that we've been talking about. It provides a flexible and powerful orchestration layer. And some have called it a central nervous system for procurement, which I absolutely love, and I use it in every single meeting that I have at the moment, I think. Because it integrates seamlessly with existing systems and processes, ensuring continuous data flow and enhanced visibility. With Focal Point, you can leverage the full potential of your procurement data and make informed decisions, improve your compliance, and then drive your strategic initiatives all in one place. And keep an eye on all of that as you go forwards.
Right. And one of the key advantages of Focal Point is the ability to provide a unified view of all those procurement activities from front to back, from left to right. It means that procurement teams can access all the information that they need from one platform, rather than having to navigate multiple systems. And this really does transform the procurement 9 to 5, giving visibility to all those other teams at the same time. It's something that I'm looking forward to talking to everybody about. It's something I believe in.
I can feel it. Yeah, features also like, data-rich workspaces and customizable dashboards and real-time analytics. Focal Point empowers procurement teams, and that extends into teams outside of procurement as well. So you can work more efficiently, more effectively, and you can inform people of what's going on at every step of the process. and make sure they have the right data.
Right. Not to mention the ease of the integration with all of the other systems. The API connectivity that we mentioned earlier with Focal Point's API connectivity, it allows for that quick and seamless collaborative integration with existing procurement tools and applications. And from this, you can create comprehensive dashboards with consolidated data, allowing that near real-time access to reporting.
Yeah, exactly. And this not only enhances the functionality of existing systems, but it also ensures that procurement teams have access to the most up-to-date information for decision making when they need it. Other users also know exactly where they are in the process and the next steps. And in fact, if you look at the screenshot right now, and I'm peering at it in my laptop screen, you will see what we call the pizza tracker. It's a graphical way of seeing progress, which you can extend outside of the procurement team, so that people can see where, has the pizza been baked? Is it on its way? Is it in the back of the truck or whatever? And from here, a user interested in or an approved person, they can drill into the progression and the next steps, allowing them to get the information you need. Or as Steve said earlier, we can simply fire updates to them through Slack, Teams, or email, keeping everybody informed and connected. Our platform actually was in a recent Spend Matters white paper as well, where orchestration was discussed. If you have the time, take a look at it. You'll see that we are not just about intake and then orchestrating the process from intake. We can orchestrate everything that procurement does. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really neat. And I appreciate you going through all of that. Hopefully you guys were able to take a look at all of those visuals as well, because I think they're super helpful. So just to kind of sum everything up, we've talked about a lot today: current priorities in procurement, the importance of APIs, how Focal Point can transform your processes, and we'd absolutely love for you all to reach out. We don't have time for a live Q&A today, but that doesn't mean we aren't here to help you. Our doors are always open. You can contact us via the website or via the LinkedIn, and you can go ahead and visit us online too at www.getfocalpoint.com to learn a little bit more.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Maya. Yeah, as Maya said, visit our website and have a look, or just respond to the email you got about this webinar if you got one, or just reach out to me, Steve, or Maya on LinkedIn or by other means. We're there to help.
Absolutely.
Right. Don't hesitate to contact us directly, especially me. If you have any questions or need more details about APIs for your current systems, or anything else has interested you today, especially that visibility piece, please reach out.
Yeah, we're all super friendly. And one more plug before we do get out of your hair. We've provided you this super easy QR code. We would love to see you back again on June 27th for our next webinar. That's all going to be about unplanned work, revolutionizing intake as we know it to level up your procurement processes. So please feel free to join here. And if you aren't able to scan, it's also already live on our LinkedIn, where you can go ahead and learn more about us and contact us there. We want to thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Steve, for all of your insights today. And we really do hope to see you again on June 27th.
Yeah, please join us. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Really excited for that one.
Bye, everyone. Thanks so much.